Mary's one of my first artists. You know, so, like, she kind of put me on, I put her on. We taught each other a lot. We grew and kind of blew up with each other.
I'm so tired, don't wanna feel it.
Yeah.
I just know that was a murder. You know what I'm saying? That was a spiritual murder, whether people know it or not. Because God don't people. You know what I'm saying? Whether people know it or not. And I could go deep, but a lot of people I would have to really bring.
Rumors travel fast in the industry. Apparently, there has been gossip about Mary J. Blige and her rumored strained relationship with Diddy, and now it appears the actress has finally spoken, confirming what remained a mystery for decades.
My life was on hold due to my situation and how terrible it was, and I was just stuck in it.
Mary is a jack of all trades. From being a talented actress to a remarkable singer and even being a songwriter, she has spread her magic all over the industry. However, as sweet as it sounds, as harsh as her past,
I loved him and I wanted him to feel comfortable.
if you have followed the actress's journey, you must be aware of her close relationship with Diddy and how the mogul helped her climb the stairs to stardom. From what Mary is today, she certainly owes a lot of credit to the record producer for smoothing her path. But nothing comes cheap. In Mary's case, we are starting to discover the price the actress might have paid for it and still remained silent up till now.
I loved him and I wanted him to feel comfortable.
Puff has remained in the headlines for a long time now. No one is unaware of the reported atrocities he pinned on his co-artists. There have been countless lawsuits made against the rapper, and he is in deep waters now. While some believe Diddy is actually guilty of the alleged crimes, they also believe Mary's situation was even than the others. It is being believed widely among the fan base that even if Mary did not face similar torture to the other women, she might be aware of the truth behind the lawsuits and can confirm them. It has become a norm for Diddy to wake up each day to a new lawsuit filed against him. However, this time, he might not be able to recover from it as two women, Faith Evans and Mary J. Blige, have reportedly stepped up against him. Faith Evans shared a picture of hers laughing hysterically. Many thought it was to hint towards the messed up situation Diddy was caught in and her reaction to it. Why are the viewers linking Faith's post with Puff? Well, the pair has had some history together back when Evans used to work for Bad Boy Records. One might argue this has nothing to do with Sean Combs, but can you also deny Mary's statement being linked with Puff too? The singer shared a quote where she talked about her past compared to who she is now. It read, "Unfortunately, a lot of you met me when I lacked boundaries and was a people pleaser. Let me reintroduce myself. I burn bridges as needed." What is the singer trying to hint at? What past is she talking about? Mary, before becoming who she is now, had to work with all her force and might to get where she is today. Being nominated twice for Academy Awards, thrice for Golden Globe Awards, 9 Grammy Awards, and much more, the prison song actress made the world acknowledge her talent and greatness. Mary fought all the obstacles that came her way. However, surprisingly, the person who was reportedly the root of all evil was none other than Sean Combs. In an interview with Rolling Stone, Mary made severe revelations. She explained how Puff, who oversaw her first 2 albums, was not loyal to her while the pair shared a romantic bond. Also, she talked about how Puff took credit for the work Mary did and forced her into contracts, disadvantageous for her. When you're young and have a passion, the successful people in the field inspire you. You want to become like them. The same was the case with Blige. She was attracted to Diddy because of his charm and charisma. She revealed how the rapper made her see big dreams about transforming her into a big star one day and promised to be her savior in the industry, when in reality, Diddy reportedly used her as a cash cow and was not even faithful to her. The singer also showed light on how the rapper took control of her life and directed her in every aspect, which irritated her. "He was my everything. He was my manager, my producer, my boyfriend, my mentor. He made me feel like I was the only one who mattered," Blige said. "But he was lying to me all along. He was sleeping with other artists, other models, other actresses. He was stealing from me, taking my royalties, my publishing, my masters. He was controlling me, telling me what to wear, how to sing, what to say. He was exploiting me, using me for his own gain." Further on, the actress claimed to be aware of Diddy's lies when she came to know about how he fathered a child back in 1998 with another woman. According to Mary, she wanted to end all her ties with the rapper. but he refused to do so. As Mary informed the interviewer, Diddy made promises to her of how he would become a better person for her, but the actress believed it was all a pile of lies and all Puff wanted was to steal money from her. He begged me to stay with him. He said he loved me and he would change. He said he needed me and he couldn't do it without me. He said he would give me everything I deserved, Blige said. But it was all lies. He didn't want to lose me because I was his golden goose. I was making him millions of dollars. I was his ticket to fame and fortune. Many artists have stepped up against the Bad Boy Records founder and claimed how he used to manipulate his power and authority and threaten anyone who would not act according to the rapper's wishes. Mary was a victim too. Mary reported that the mogul claimed to sue her, blacklist her, ruin her reputation, and even hurt her physically if she decided to cut ties with him. He was a powerful man in the industry. He had connections everywhere. He had lawyers, bodyguards, hitmen. He had people who would do anything for him, Blige said. He told me that if I ever left him, he would make sure I never worked again. He told me that if I ever spoke out against him, he would make sure I never lived again. Blige recalled how she had to live with fear in her heart for years until she decided to shove it off and find the courage to step up, which she did in 2001. She restructured everything, hired new lawyers, managers, and producers. Mary also claimed to receive spiritual healing, therapy, and sobriety to heal herself from the trauma she received while being with Puff. I had to fight for my life. I had to fight for my freedom. I had to fight for my dignity, Blige said. I had to overcome the pain, the anger, the betrayal, the addiction, the depression. I had to find myself again. I had to find my voice again. Bilka described how her stepping up involved her wish to be an inspiration for other women and also make the world aware of Diddy's reality. He's not the genius that he claims to be. He's not the visionary that he pretends to be. He's not the mogul that he wants to be, Blige said. He's a parasite. He's a leech. He's a monster. Blige mentioned how she does not regret working with Diddy in the past, as it led her to become a better artist and a better person. Mary was also proud of the work that she created while working with Diddy and the impact it made on the culture. She did not forget to thank the fans who supported the actress in her journey and recognized her talent and integrity. According to the actress, she is glad to be where she is today, and that is a legend, an icon, and a queen. In the concluding remarks, she stated, "I don't hate him, I don't love him, I don't need him," Blige said of Diddy. "I forgive him." Mary also hinted towards Diddy being involved in Aaliyah's death. The young artist passed away in a plane crash that had remained a mystery for many years now. According to reports, Aaliyah was forced to get into the plane against her own will, while the aircraft was not suitable to fly with the weight it was allowed to. From Mary's statements, clearly, she was tormented by Diddy.
I believe it wasn't her time to go because from what I know, it ain't supposed to go down like that.
However, the fans have also raised concerns over the actress's hate towards the record producer due to possible beef between her and another artist whom Diddy mentored. That artist is none other than Faith Evans. Faith and Mary initiated their relationship as close friends. In the early 90s, Diddy signed Faith after already having Mary, and that's when the artists started to work together. The two divas grew closer to one another as pictures circulated of them hanging out together. However, the industry is a ruthless place. It knows perfectly how to break strong bonds and make close friends, bitter enemies. When an artist becomes successful, the youngsters start copying the person, and the industry tries its best to create replicas of that artist so that the fame and fortune can be shared. Diddy knew the fans loved Mary. Thus, he wanted someone else to follow her path too, so that his record label would grow further and further. For Diddy, none could be more suitable for the job than Faith Evans. Diddy made Evans follow Mary's blueprints. This created a sense of competition between them, which eventually led to them falling apart. In an interview with The Breakfast Club, Evans revealed the true facts about the rumor of Mary wanting Faith to remove her vocals from their duet, "Love Don't Live Here Anymore." Mary explained how tormenting it was for her to record the track again in the absence of her duet partner. At the time, the general manager of Bad Boy called me like 6 months after my album came out like, "Mary wants her voice off your album," said Faith. so I just re-recorded the record, which I hated, without her on it. Later on, Blige also went to the same interview where she expressed her surprise and made remarks on Faith's statements. According to Mary, she was unaware of what had been told to Faith and called it complete lies. "That's not true. That's something I'm just hearing about," responded Blige. "I love that song. I love the duet that we did, and every time I hear it I'm like, well, what happened to my part?" The Grammy-winning vocalist added, "I know I didn't say anything about it. They lied to her." Back when Mary cut her ties with Puff, she did not raise concern about his attitude. Rather, she highlighted her own condition, which for her was getting out of hand. "The reason we split up is me not understanding the business the way I needed to understand it at the time," she explained. "He had a label, he had a female artist, he had Biggie, but during the time I was really dogging myself. I was a mess on drugs. Any smart man or businessman would have moved away from me. It felt like he was becoming distant, but looking back, I now understand why. I wasn't delivering properly. I wasn't taking care of my health, so how can he roll his dice on me?" Mary also highlighted the public's opinion, where everyone thought she would not be the same alone as compared to how she was with Puff on her back. The fans believed Diddy had the power to direct Mary's career as she was dependent on him. "I never doubted myself, but I've always been insecure with my ability to do certain things because I lose some of my vocal abilities from smoking and drinking and doing she continued. "It was like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do it without you. It was easy, but the streets and everybody's opinions is what made things so hard. Oh, she's not with Puff no more. She can't do it without Puff no more." When you have a powerful and experienced hand behind your back, it is easier to climb a steep ladder, but when the hand is removed, you fear falling. Also, the hand might pull you down. Mary feared the same. She was hesitant to continue on her own, and coupled with Diddy's reported threats to her, her situation was even more messier. However, she went steadfast on the journey, and she actually made it through. Diddy has surely had a messy past, which has led his current situation to be even messier. Lawsuits against the music producer are not something new to him. He has fought against them over the decades, and has always been the winner either through court judgment or settling the matter privately. However, recently, there has been major progress in his case, which has led many to believe that soon, Diddy is either going to emerge as the uncrowned king in the industry, or he might witness his name getting erased from it. The most recent case filed against Puff includes the one from his producer, Rodney "Lil Rod" Jones. The producer, who has also worked with Puff in the past, accused him of inappropriate physical acts, unethical behavior, and even being involved in the dealing of humans. Throughout his time with Mr. Combs, Mr. Jones witnessed, experienced, and endured many things that went far beyond his role as a producer on the Love album, the complaint said, and that Combs required Jones to record him constantly. The lawsuit extends to Diddy forcing Lil Rod to engage in physical acts with Stevie J and promised to make sure that Mr. Jones wins Producer of the Year at the Grammys if he engaged in HEMEs. The complaint also involved details about Diddy's parties. The parties have always remained a mystery as many artists have raised concerns over it. Jonas claimed Diddy recorded artists unethically at his parties and then used the footage to blackmail them. Mr. Combs possesses compromising footage of every person that has attended his freak-off parties and his house parties, the complaint said. Upon information and belief, due to this treasure trove of evidence he has in his possession, Mr. Combs believes that he is above the law and is untouchable. Diddy's attorney, Sean Hawley, called Jones a liar and accused him of shamelessly looking for an undeserved payday. His reckless name-dropping about events that are pure fiction and simply did not happen is nothing more than a transparent attempt to garner headlines, Hawley's statement said. "We have overwhelming, indisputable proof that his claims are complete lies. Our attempts to share this proof with Mr. Jones's attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, have been ignored, as Mr. Blackburn refuses to return our calls," Hawley said. "We will address these outlandish allegations in court and take all appropriate action against those who make them." The case has seen quick progress as recently, Diddy's residencies in Los Angeles and Miami have been raided by the feds. During the raid, mobile phones and firearms were seized belonging to the mogul. The family has strongly criticized the action of the authorities, where Diddy's son, Justin's mother, Misa Hilton, has called it an unfair raid based on color differences. The force used against my sons, Justin and Christian, is deplorable. If these were the sons of a non-black celebrity, they would not have been handled with the same aggression, she wrote. The attempt to humiliate and terrorize these innocent young black men is despicable. Combs's attorney Aaron Dyer called the raids a witch hunt in a statement released one day later. Yesterday, there was a gross overuse of military-level force as search warrants were executed at Mr. Combs's residences, he said. There is no excuse for the excessive show of force and hostility exhibited by authorities or the way his children and employees were treated. The viewers believe Cassie Ventura's case has also great importance in the recent progress against the music producer. Cassie was one of the women who stood up against the artist after being in an intimate relationship with him. Ventura accused Diddy of applying inappropriate physical force on her. After years in silence and darkness, I am finally ready to tell my story and to speak up on behalf of myself and for the benefit of other women who face violence and abuse in their relationships, Ventura had said in a statement to CBS News Thursday. With the expiration of New York's Adult Survivors Act fast approaching, it became clear that this was an opportunity to speak up about the trauma I have experienced and that I will be recovering from for the rest of my life. The fans felt greatly enticed by all the artists stepping up and speaking their part against Diddy. One netizen appreciated this by saying, "It's so much going on in the whole entertainment industry. I believe more and more people are going to start speaking out." Some viewers also raised concerns about the authenticity of the recent rumors against Diddy. Surely he is one of the most renowned and powerful rappers, and every news relating to him is gaining a lot of attention. Thus, some people might take advantage of the situation and speak untruthfully to get attention. A user commented, "I believe that truth and rumors at the same time. If people are thinking with logic, they know that you can't listen to everything in the media. Some of these stories are sounding ridiculous and people are trying to get views in to make a little bread. Of course, Diddy is not innocent, but people are also spreading rumors." This was all for today. Thanks for watching.